everyone! Today, we are going to talk about modals. Today's discussion includes outline of topics, definition of modal, function of each modal verb, sample sentences using modals, and learning activities. But before we start, let me remind you to stay at home and enjoy learning. What are modals? A modal is a type of auxiliary or helping verb that is used to express ability, possibility, permission, or obligation. Modals provide additional information about the main verb. Some modals in English are can, could, may, might, shall, should, must, have to, will, and would. Modals can, could, be able to. These are used to express ability or lack of ability, possibility or impossibility, ask permission or give permission, and make a suggestion. Now, let us have some examples of using can, could, be able to in sentences. Tom can write poetry very well. I can help you with that next week. Lisa can't speak French. Can expresses ability while can't expresses lack of ability. Example of sentences using could. When I was a child, I could climb trees. Could expresses ability. Example of sentences using be able to. Mike is able to solve complicated math equations. I won't be able to visit you next summer. Is able to expresses ability while won't be able to expresses lack of ability. Example of sentences using can and could to express possibility or impossibility. You can catch that train at 10:43. He can't see you right now. He's in surgery. Can expresses possibility while can't expresses impossibility. Could. I could fly via Amsterdam if I leave the day before. Could expresses possibility. Example of sentences using can and could to ask permission or give permission. Can you lend me 50 pesos? You can borrow my books. In the first sentence, can is used to ask permission, while in the second sentence, can is used to give permission. Could I have your number? Could I talk to your parents, please? In these sentences, could is used to ask permission. Example of sentence using could to make a suggestion. You could take the tour of the castle tomorrow. May and might. These are used to express formal permission or formal prohibition, polite request, possibility or negative possibility, to make a suggestion, and polite suggestion. Example of sentences using may to express formal permission or formal prohibition. You may start your exam now. You may not wear sandals to work. In the first sentence, may is used to express formal permission, while in the second sentence, may is used to express formal prohibition. Example of sentence using may to express polite request. May I help you? Example of sentences using may and might to express possibility or negative possibility. We may go out for dinner tonight. Do you want to join us? Our company might get the order if the client agrees to the price. These two sentences expresses possibility. Example of sentences using may and might to express negative possibility. May not or might not. Adam and Sue may not buy that house. It's very expensive. They might not buy a house at all. Example of sentences using may and might to make a suggestion. May as well or might as well. You may as well come inside. John will be home soon. We might as well take Friday off. There's no work to be done anyway. Example of sentence using might to express polite suggestion. You might like to try the chicken adobo. It's our special today. Shall, should, ought to. These are used to express the offer of assistance or polite suggestion when you are quite sure of a positive answer or when you are not sure of a positive answer. Shall, should, and ought to are also used to express a prediction or expectation that something will happen, to give advice, or to give advice about something you think wrong or unacceptable. Example of sentence using shall to offer of assistance or polite suggestion when you are quite sure of a positive answer. Shall we go for a walk? Example of sentence using should when you are quite sure of a positive answer. Should I call a doctor? Example of sentence using should or shouldn't to make a prediction or expectation that something will happen. The proposal should be finished on time. I shouldn't be late. The bus usually arrives on time. Example of sentence using should and ought to give advice. You should check that document before you send it out. You ought to have your car serviced before the winter. Example of sentence using shouldn't to give advice about something you think wrong or unacceptable. James shouldn't teach him words like those. Must, have to, need to, don't have to, needn't. These are used to express necessity or requirement, almost 100% certain, to persuade, prohibited or forbidden, lack of necessity. Using must, have to, and need to express necessity or requirements. You must have a passport to cross the border. Jenny has to apply for her visa by March 10th. I need to drop by his room to pick up a book. Using must to express 100% almost certain. Ken has lived in America for years. His English must be very good. Using must and have to persuade. You must try this wine. It's excellent. You have to visit us while you're in town. Using must not and mustn't to express prohibited or forbidden. You must not drive over the speed limit. You mustn't leave medicines where children can get to them. Using don't, doesn't, didn't have to express lack of necessity. You don't have to park the car. The hotel valet will do it for you. Tim doesn't have to go to school today. It's a holiday. You didn't have to shout. Everyone could hear you. Using needn't to express lack of necessity. You needn't worry about me. I'll be fine. Will and would. These are used to express polite request or statement and habitual past action. Using will and won't to express polite request or statement. John will pick you up at 7 o'clock a.m. Beth won't be happy with the results of the exam. using would and wouldn't to express polite request or statement. When I was a child, I would spend hours playing with my train set. Peter wouldn't eat eggplant when he was a kid. He loves it now. Thank you for watching!
Click subscribe here at Teacherrific.